Okay, let's talk about no contact. It sounds intense, right? Like a drastic measure that only happens in extreme situations, like some dramatic reality show challenge where contestants are pushed to their limits, but it's simpler and more practical than it sounds. No contact is exactly what it says on the tin, cutting off communication with someone who is causing you distress. This could be an ex, a toxic friend, or even a family member who drains your energy. Why do people do it? What drives someone to take such a step? Imagine trying to make a delicious smoothie with a moldy banana in the blender. It's impossible, right? You can add all the spinach and kale you want, but it's still going to taste like crap because of that one bad ingredient. That's what a toxic person is like. The moldy banana ruining your emotional smoothie, no matter what else you add. No contact is about hitting the reset button on your emotional well-being, giving yourself a fresh start. It's about creating space for yourself to heal, grow, and figure out what you really want without their drama swirling around you, clouding your judgment. Think of it as a much-needed vacation from someone else's baggage, a break that allows you to breathe freely. No contact isn't about punishing the other person or seeking revenge. It's about giving yourself a break from their energy, their drama, well, you get the picture. It's about self-preservation. It's about reclaiming your power and focusing on your own emotional well-being, putting yourself first for a change. Here's the thing about toxic relationships. They're utterly exhausting. They drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and leave you feeling like you're constantly walking on eggshells, never knowing what might set them off. It's like trying to have a rational conversation with a pigeon wearing a monocle, utterly pointless. No contact is like hitting the mute button on all that incessant noise. Suddenly you have space to breathe, to think clearly, and to start hearing your own inner voice again. It's amazing how much clearer things become when you're not constantly bombarded by someone else's relentless negativity. This newfound clarity can be incredibly empowering and transformative. You might realize that you're actually much stronger and more resilient than you thought you were. You might start to identify patterns in the relationship that you couldn't see before, patterns that were hidden. You might even start to feel, dare I say it, genuinely happy. Remember, emotional detox is a gradual process. It takes time to unravel the knots of a toxic relationship and rediscover your own emotional equilibrium and balance. But with each passing day of no contact, you'll start to feel lighter, brighter, and more like your true, authentic self. Okay, let's be real for a moment. No contact isn't always sunshine and emotional rainbows. It can be really tough. There will be moments when you miss the other person, even if they were the emotional equivalent of a dumpster fire. It's natural to feel this way. You might feel sad, angry, confused, lonely, and that's okay. These emotions are part of the healing process. The key is to allow yourself to feel those emotions without judgment. Accept them as they come. Don't try to bottle them up or pretend you're not feeling them. Suppressing emotions only makes things worse. That's like trying to stuff a giant octopus into a tiny teacup. It's not going to end well. Trust me on this. So how do you process all these feelings? Glad you asked. There are several effective strategies. Journaling can be incredibly helpful. It allows you to express your thoughts freely. It's like having a therapy session with your diary, except your diary doesn't judge your terrible handwriting. Write whatever comes to mind. Meditation is another great option. It helps you center yourself. It's like hitting the pause button on your thoughts and just being present in the moment. Breathe and let go. And hey, if all else fails, there's always ice cream. Sometimes a little treat can lift your spirits, just maybe not all at once. Moderation is key. Remember, you're not alone in this. Many people go through similar experiences. Reach out to your friends, family, or a therapist for support. They can offer a listening ear and valuable advice. Talking about your feelings can help you process them in a healthy way and gain valuable perspective. Don't hesitate to share. Remember those Stoic philosophers, the guys who wore togas and talked about virtue and reason? They were more than just ancient thinkers. They were pioneers in understanding human nature. Well, turns out they were onto something, especially when it comes to building emotional resilience and mental strength. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the idea of focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. You can't control other people's actions, but you can control your own reactions to them. This is a powerful tool for maintaining inner peace. As Epictetus, one of the OG Stoics, said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This wisdom is timeless. No contact is a prime example of this principle in action. It's about setting boundaries to protect yourself. You can't control whether the other person reaches out or tries to get back into your life, but you can control your response. But you can control whether you respond. This is where your power lies. You can choose to stay strong, to protect your emotional well-being, and to focus on your own growth. This is the essence of self-care. Another Stoic principle that's relevant here is the idea of accepting what is. Acceptance is not resignation, it's a form of strength. This doesn't mean you have to like it or condone it. It means recognizing reality and choosing your path forward. It just means acknowledging reality for what it is and choosing to move forward from a place of acceptance. This is how you find peace. As Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This is a profound truth. Realize this and you will find strength. Inner strength is built through mindful practice. By accepting the situation and focusing on what you can control, you build an inner fortress of resilience that can withstand even the most challenging emotional storms. This is the true power of Stoicism.